The air crackles with unspoken truths. A storm is brewing, and at its center, two figures loom large. Sean Combs, the impresario known as Diddy, and Sean Carter, the mogul, the icon, Jay-Z. Netflix's documentary, ostensibly about Diddy's rise and alleged fall, became something else entirely. A battlefield where certain narratives were fiercely protected. The most glaring omission? Jay-Z. His absence wasn't a simple oversight. It was a calculated erasure. A void screaming louder than any accusation. Imagine the editing room, the frantic energy as 50 Cent, the documentary's executive producer, clashed with the Netflix team. He wanted the Jay-Z tapes included, a segment promising to peel back layers of carefully constructed image. Netflix balked. The stakes were too high, the potential fallout too catastrophic. What secrets were so explosive that a global streaming giant would censor its own content? The answer, it seems, lies in the intricate web of power, influence, and alleged misdeeds that connect these two men. Diddy and Jay-Z weren't just acquaintances nodding to each other at industry events. They were confidants, partners in ventures, both legitimate and, according to some, please sinister. Gene Deal, Diddy's former bodyguard, a man who's become a reluctant truth-teller, paints a picture of a bond far exceeding casual friendship. He scoffs at Jay-Z's lawyers' attempts to distance their client from Diddy, recalling a moment in Atlanta when Diddy, on stage, declared, "Can't nobody call me Sean but Jay-Z." A seemingly innocuous gesture, perhaps, but Deal hints at something more, a level of intimacy that transcends business. Matching white girls, as Deal chillingly puts it, were apparently a shared interest, a grotesque detail that speaks volumes about their shared worldview. The absence of Jay-Z from the documentary isn't just about shielding him from Diddy's alleged transgressions. It's about protecting a whole ecosystem, a system where power silences dissent and money buys loyalty. Consider Jaguar Wright, a soul singer with a voice like velvet and a willingness to speak uncomfortable truths. She dared to broach the subject of Jay-Z's involvement with Aaliyah and R. Kelly on Piers Morgan's show. The segment vanished, scrubbed from the internet as if it never existed. This isn't a coincidence. This is a demonstration of raw, unchecked power. What was so dangerous about Jaguar Wright's words? What truths did they threaten to expose? The documentary promised to delve into Jay-Z's secret life, a phrase that hints at a Pandora's box of hidden realities. The whispers of illegitimate children, allegedly 15 of them scattered across the globe, their mothers silenced by millions in hush money. Jaguar Wright, with chilling certainty, claims to have verifiable knowledge of these hidden lives. 50 Cent reportedly wanted to bring forward some of these women to present the receipts, the legal documents that allegedly proved Jay-Z's efforts to bury these stories. Netflix slammed the door shut. The risk was too great. Imagine the stories these women could tell, the lives shaped by apps, the secrets carried like heavy stone. The implications for Jay-Z's carefully curated image as a devoted husband and father are devastating. But the alleged cover-up is perhaps more disturbing than the initial act. It speaks to a pattern of behavior, a willingness to use wealth and influence to control narratives and silence inconvenient truth. Then there's Rihanna, a name synonymous with success, beauty, and empowerment. But scratch the surface, and a disturbing narrative emerges, one of alleged trafficking and manipulation. Jaguar Wright doesn't mince words. Was Rihanna, a 16-year-old girl from Barbados, essentially sold to Jay-Z? The timeline is chilling. A producer, Evan Rogers, discovers Rihanna. Suddenly, she's on a private plane to America, alone, without her parents. She's whisked to a hotel for a 3 a.m. audition with Jay-Z. A 3 a.m. audition for a 16-year-old? This isn't the behavior of mentors, it's the MO of predators. Wright claims Rihanna's father received a $500,000 payout. A down payment on a soul? Perhaps. Rihanna didn't even have a visa, yet she arrived anyway, listed on the plane, manifest under someone else's name. Once at Def Jam, she was reportedly left alone with Jay-Z for 6 hours. 6 hours. A vulnerable teenager and a powerful man behind closed doors. What transpired in that room? Rihanna herself has stated in interviews that she was locked in the office until 3 a.m. until she signed the recording contract. Consider Tiara Marie, another 16-year-old singer signed to Def Jam. She was talented, she had the attention of Jay-Z, and then poof, Rihanna arrives and Tiara Marie's career vanishes. Convenient, isn't it? Tierra Marie is allegedly the Jane Doe involved in a lawsuit concerning inappropriate conduct that occurred when she was just 16 years old. The pieces are starting to form a disturbing picture. Even the lack of collaboration between Rihanna and Beyoncé raises eyebrows. Two megastars on the same label, yet they avoid each other like the plague. The rumors of an affair between Jay-Z and Rihanna have swirled for years, but if true, the silence makes sense. The album cover for Rihanna's 2016 release shows a young girl with a crown covering her eyes, a cry for help, as Wright suggests, an artist blinded by the industry's darkness. The Aaliyah story adds another layer of tragedy. Everyone knows about R. Kelly's relationship with the underage Aaliyah, their illegal marriage, but Jay-Z's connection is less discussed. He worked extensively with R. Kelly, creating entire albums while knowing about Kelly's predatory behavior. Some claim Jay-Z tried to pursue Aaliyah himself while she was still linked to Kelly. There's no definitive proof, but the whispers persist. Dame Dash, Jay-Z's former partner, dated Aaliyah when she turned 21. But where was Jay-Z in the years prior? Why was he so comfortable working with R. Kelly? Jaguar Wright claims she signed an NDA, a blood oath, to keep quiet about what she witnessed in the industry. She even suggests her ex-husband was paid to be her public husband while she was secretly involved with other industry figures. After learning what really happened to Aaliyah, Wright says she couldn't stay silent. Aaliyah's death in a plane crash has always been shrouded in mystery. Was it a tragic accident, or was something more sinister at play? 50 Cent wanted to explore these connections, to show the pattern of young girls being controlled and silent. Netflix refused. The legal risks were too high, the potential for backlash too severe. They chose silence over truth. The ability to erase conversations, to make inconvenient narratives disappear, is a hallmark of power. Jaguar Wright's interview vanishing from Piers Morgan's platform is a chilling example. But it's not an isolated incident. There's Kathy White, allegedly Jay-Z's mistress, who died suddenly in 2011 from an aneurysm. Convenient, isn't it? Aneurysms are notoriously difficult to investigate after the fact, the perfect cover for a sudden, unexpected death. Jaguar Wright claims Kathy White's true killer is going to be unveiled, and it's not a man. She adds a cryptic warning. Show them the tape, Diddy. What tape? What does Diddy possess that could implicate Jay-Z in Kathy White's death? The implication is staggering. If Diddy has leverage over Jay-Z, it explains why Jay-Z can't completely abandon him, even now, amidst the swirling allegation. Diddy holds a trump card, a get-out-of-jail-free card that keeps Jay-Z tethered to him. And it's not just Kathy White. A list of people connected to Jay-Z and Beyoncé have met untimely ends or seen their careers implode. Kimberly Thompson, Beyoncé's former drummer, sought a restraining order against the singer, claiming Beyoncé was practicing extreme witchcraft against her. Drugged, hypnotized, subjected to dark magic while she slept. It sounds outlandish, but Kimberly Thompson is no crackpot. She's a Berklee College of Music graduate, handpicked by Dr. Terry Lynn Carrington for Beyoncé's all-female band. She sacrificed her career to escape Beyoncé's alleged dark practice, blacklisted, ostracized, erased from the industry. That's the power of this circle. Sometimes, the people dismissed as crazy are the ones telling the truth. Orlando Brown, ridiculed and labeled unstable, went viral for describing Diddy's parties. A 50-foot bed in Diddy's backyard, under the moonlight, where all-night sessions would occur. He claims Diddy would stay in that bed all day with multiple people, specifically mentioning Rihanna and Jason, widely interpreted as Jay-Z. This was supposed to be in episode 4, the expose on the party scene, the evidence that Jay-Z and Diddy weren't just business associates, but partners in something far more sinister. Netflix wouldn't touch it. The lawsuits would be endless, the backlash unprecedented. Gene Deal said it best. These industry figures were doing things that were kept quiet for years, but now, with platforms like YouTube, people can finally speak out. And he emphasized, these aren't street cats, these are entertainers. They don't live by any code. They're just pretending. But what happens when you dare to speak out against Jay-Z? Asked Killer Mike. He won 3 Grammys in one night, a career-defining moment. But immediately after the ceremony, he was arrested for a minor altercation with security, handcuffed on his biggest night. Whispers circulated that Jay-Z made a call, that he paid someone to ruin Killer Mike's moment because Killer Mike had been speaking out. You don't cross Jay-Z without consequence. So why did Netflix censor the Jay-Z tapes? because Jay-Z is too powerful. He's not just a rapper, he's a mogul with connections in entertainment, politics, and business. Netflix realized that airing that segment would unleash legal hell unlike anything they'd ever seen. Lawsuits, injunctions, favors called in from other powerful people with their own secrets to protect. Netflix decided it wasn't worth it. A safe documentary that tells part of the story is better than a complete documentary destroyed in court. We all know who she's talking about. Everyone knows. But nobody wants to say it out loud because Jay-Z still has too much power for now.